Hello, young heroes, and welcome to the next quest objective, When the Desert Speaks. So, I'm assuming that by this point you've got your app installed, you have tempo already ready, you've done the side quest, you watched the video, and you know how to use your metronome. What we're going to do today is use the most basic building block of time, which is known as the quarter note. Okay, I'm going to whip out my Apple Pencil. We're going to use the Notes app here. You could use the Notes app as well, or if you want, you can pause the video right now, go and get a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen and practice along with me, because the best way to master time is to learn how to write it down, and that has always helped me, so I hope it helps you as well. Right, so we're going to learn how to draw the quarter note, and then we're going to learn how to perform it, and we're going to learn how to draw the quarter rest and how to perform it as well. In order to get the quarter note, you just got to do two very simple steps. The first one, I'm going to do it with one hand because I got the mic in the other. You first have to draw an oval. So let's try that together. An oval. And then we fill up that oval. Okay. So that was actually 3 steps, sorry. We did the oval. We drew a stem. And then we filled up the oval. Okay, so you try along with me. We're going to do it one more time. The oval, the stem, and then we fill up the oval. Okay, right, so let's do that one last time. I'm going to push this up. I'm going to do the oval, stem, and fill it up. Okay, now that we've done it a couple of times, you should know what it looks like. You should be able to do it on your own without watching the video. This one is called a quarter note. Okay, now a quarter note is equal to 1 beat, and in rhythmic language it is known as a ta, right? And I'm going to explain what rhythmic language is and how we use it, but for now remember that the quarter note is 1 beat, and in rhythmic language it is performed as a ta. Okay, the next thing you need to know is about rests. Okay, and in music a rest equals silence. So anytime you see a rest, you've got to be silent. If you are an instrumentalist and you're playing an instrument, whether it's the keyboard, the guitar, the drums, the accordion, harmonica, no matter what instrument, or if you're a vocalist, a singer, and you're singing a song, you're using your voice to perform, every time you see a rest or a symbol for a rest, you have got to be silent. You got to take a chill pill and you've got to take a back seat and be quiet. Okay, so today we're going to learn only about the quarter rest. First, we're going to learn how to draw the symbol and then, identify what that symbol means. So I'm going to do this. I'm not very good at the quarter rest. Maybe you guys may be better than me. I'm just going to try this. Yeah, it's this very moon-like shape. It's not perfect. Let's try that one more time. Not very happy. Okay, and then you just have this thing and you color it. Well, that's the best I can do. I'm going to show you all what the actual icons look like. This is just my attempt to do it. Let's try that one more time. I think it's more like this one, the third one. The top is really, long somewhere, and in the middle it's a little short, and at the bottom it's sort of a little longer. Yeah, I think this is what it looks like. I'm going to go with the third one. Okay, so let's try this one more time. I'm going to scroll this one up, you and me together. Let's do a long one, then a little short one, and then a slightly longer one, and then we just trace out this like that. Okay, fill it up. Alright, now this is known as a quarter, not a note, but a quarter rest. Okay, which means it is equal to 1 beat of silence. If we go back to the quarter note, you see it's 1 beat, and in the quarter rest it is 1 beat of silence. Of silence being the very key part of it. Okay, so it's not just 1 beat, it's a whole beat of absolute silence. And in rhythmic language, it is performed as a sh. Okay, just like you have a ta, you're going to have a sh. What I'm going to do is pause the video and join you with the next segment where I show you what a quarter note and a quarter rest looks like as written in a very professional manner. Okay, welcome back. And if you look at my screen and your screen as well, you will notice that the quarter note is not that different from how I did it. Okay, so you'll see that there's a sort of like an oval shape, and there's a stem that's lying that's at the edge of this oval shape, and the oval shape is filled in. There's no gap, there's no hole here. Just going to zoom into it so you have a better look. There you go. And below the quarter note, what you find written is a ta. Okay, so that's what you do in rhythmic language. Every time you see a quarter note, you have to say ta. Okay, let's look at the quarter rest. I don't think I've done a really good job. Really horrible. But maybe you could pause the video and try and copy this shape rather than the one I tried to do. I mean, I'd really try, but I'm not that good at the quarter rest. So the quarter rest looks like this, and every time you see this symbol, you have to say sh. Okay, so this is what a quarter note looks like, and right next to it, just before it, is the quarter rest. Okay, I hope you've gotten this, and I'm going to pause the video once more for me, and I'm going to come back in again with the app metronome. So get that ready next. So we're back once more. I've got tempo on my screen. You can fire up your metronome app, whether it's Pulse or anything else that you're using, and have that on your screen right now. I've set the tempo to 80 BPM, 80 beats per minute. As you can see the big number here. If it's not 80, then just push it back down to 80, bring it up to 80. What I want to do is bring the BPM, the beats per minute, the tempo, the speed to 80. And once I have it at 80, I'm going to play it now for you. Just listen to it. Okay, so you had 1, 2, 3, 4. So you heard 4 beats. Okay. Every time you hear a beat, you are going to perform a ta along with it, with the sound that you hear. So let's try that together, you and me. Or maybe if you want, I can demonstrate it first, and then you follow later. So you can hear the beat. It goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or ta, 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 ta. Okay. So what you saw on screen were 4 beats, and because a quarter note is exactly 1 beat, I performed the ta with the sound, with the beat. Okay, so if you are someone who uses your ears to learn, to listen, you're an oral learner, then every time you hear a sound, you got to perform a ta with that sound, not before, not after, with it. And if you're a visual learner, you like to look at things, then every time your LED on your metronome app starts to light up, you've got to perform ta with that light, not before it lights up or not after it lights up, but exactly with it. So let's do it one more time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play the start, and then we both will do it together along with the metronome app. Ready to count? 1, 2, 3. Let's start. Ta, 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 ta. With the beat. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. Now what happens if I change the beat? What if I change the speed of the beat rather? Not the beat. I'm going to change it from 80 BPM. I'm going to push it up to 100 BPM. What's going to happen if we push it to 100? So obviously the metronome sound is now going to be faster. Let's listen to it. It's faster now. So if you count along with it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means obviously your ta is also going to come in faster, because as the as the sound plays faster, you're going to go with your tas faster. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or ta, 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 ta. There you go. And if you take it, using something slower like a 60 adagio, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a really slow sound. That means your tas are now going to be slower with the sound ta, 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 ta. All right. So depending on the speed that the metronome is showing you, or the speed of the metronome that you're listening to, your ta is either really fast or slow or somewhere in the middle. You have to perform it with the metronome sound. You cannot perform it before the sound is heard or after. You've got to do it exactly with it. Okay, so just for the purpose that all of us are on the same page, I moved it to 80, moving it back to 80 once again, because I feel that's a really comfortable tempo. Let's listen and perform along with this one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and ta, 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 ta. Again, ta, 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 ta. Last time, ta, 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 ta. Okay, and just like the quarter note where it was one beat, the quarter rest is also one beat, but one beat of silence. So if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said the key word is silence. Okay, so every time now you hear a sound from the metronome, you're going to say shh. Okay, say that with me, shh. All right, that's good. I'm going to play the metronome sound now. You're going to hear it on your screen. You're going to hear it in your headphones, and we're going to do the sh, that is the quarter rest, together. So 1, 2, 3, start. Sh, 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 sh. Okay, so each time you heard the metronome sound, you did the sh sound with it, not before it, not after it. And once again, if you're a visual learner, the sh sound is every time you see the little LED bulbs on your screen glow. So you can see it glow. It's the third one and the fourth one, and the first one glows again. 3, 4, you go sh, 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 sh. All right, and that is how you perform the quarter note and the quarter rest. So you learn to perform one beat and one beat of silence. Okay, and the reason we are using rhythmic language, that is the ta and the sh, I'm just going to go back and open up. The reason we're using the quarter beat and the quarter note is because it's much easier to represent these forms of time. Okay, so the ta, the sh is much easier to represent using these sounds, which is why we're learning these sounds right now. Rhythmic language makes you better at the concept of time, especially in music. So that's the really the main reason why we're doing this. We're not just learning to identify the symbols, we're also learning to perform these symbols. Whenever you see it, that's how you perform it. And to give you an example, let's open this one again. If you look at number 2, there are that's line number 2. You'll see there are only quarter notes here, and there are 4 and 4. That's 8 of them. Okay, and at the end of it is a repeat sign. Now I'm going to teach you the repeat sign later. We're going to come to the repeat sign later. Right now we are only going to perform it 8 times. Okay, so if my count was 1, 2, 3, 4, you'd say ta, 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 and that's 8 of it. Yeah, so you said that 8 times. If you look at number 6, line number 6, you'll see that there are 3 quarter notes or 3 tas and 1 sh or 1 quarter rest. Okay, so let's try and perform that one together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, ta, 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 sh, ta, 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 sh. Okay, the fourth beat was a rest. So the fourth beat had a sh, whereas the other 3 beats had a ta. And you can directly read it from underneath. Now for your practice work, I'm just going to upload this very document for you. You'll also notice that there is a half note, so don't attempt the ones with the blue boxes in them. Just do the ones that have the red boxes in them. Okay, And once we learn the half note and how that is supposed to be performed and how to write it as well, then you can attempt the blue boxes as well. But for now, you try line number 2, try line number 6, 7, 8, line number 14. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And when you are done with this video and you're sure you understood everything, you can attempt the next part of your quest objective, which is the written assignment. And when you're ready with that and you finish that assignment, you can hit submit and I will evaluate and give you feedback. Hail Mekador.